slowing down to speed up, most people will think that's ridiculous. How can you possibly suggest that? I'm already so busy. There's no way I can slow down. There's no way I can not drop anything that I'm doing. But what it is about is if you don't actually acknowledge your nervous system or your body or the messages that are coming to you from your body, at some point you will either hit burnout or your body says no, or something somewhere is going to start saying no. And it's better that you start acknowledging it in your time rather than being forced at another time. And it is not a weakness. A lot of people think that is not, not possible. There's actually every strength in starting to offload what is no longer for you. So with this client I've worked with at the moment, I'll just share a few of the things that they're doing. They used to be 100% of the time riddled with guilt, even though they were giving, 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 always creating the right situation for everybody, but never feeling content, never really actually having inner peace. And they couldn't do anymore, completely over the top on energy and riddled with guilt and no inner calm, no peace at all whatsoever. Trying to get to sleep was used by a book or listen to a video, etc. Of some recording. And what they're doing now, what they're changing in life, is that they go to sleep earlier without need of a book because they've had a satisfactory day. They've got no guilt. They're not riddled with thoughts. They've just got peaceful mind. Peaceful mind. We started off working with guilt being at a number 10 on the scale 0 to 10. Now they're at a 0. It does not exist. This is just a few weeks of working together. And what does that look like in life? It means, I'm just looking at notes from today. They're no longer needing to go above and beyond constantly. No, and they're actually starting to feel confident about themselves. Uh, as I've said, easier to get to sleep. They're noticing a lot more because now they've been able to slow down and can notice things in life that don't align with them, but they were picking up anyway, trying to fix things for people. But they've been able to take a step back and think, actually, it's not kind of mine to fix, and that's okay. And there's no guilt. There's space for other people to evolve, and you don't have to be responsible for everybody. Other people are responsible and accountable for themselves. And that's not selfish. That is actually allowing others to be themselves. That's amazing. And they're not justifying themselves anymore, not needing to justify. They have clarity, not second guessing themselves. So the confidence has increased, the self esteem has increased. And what else? What else? The calmer. They've got clarity and they're no longer available for everyone all of the time. Because before they felt they had to answer every call, had to be there, everyone's beck and call. And so now they've got calm, they've got clarity, they're not engaged in what doesn't feel right for them. And there's so much more that comes into this, whereas before it would be quickly to get frustration, anger, red mist would come over, and that was like a protection because they've given everything they possibly could give, and they didn't feel it was enough, and they thought they would maybe perhaps everyone was still expecting when they knew that they were just already at over capacity. So that has changed completely. They're recognizing where the messages are in the body. They're recognizing it's like really quite clear to say, not mine, not mine. That is your area, and that's fine. So this person has got themselves completely set up to have amazing Christmas. They're now doing less, which is more. They're feeling calmer, they're feeling more confident, and it's growing and growing and growing. Whereas only a few weeks ago, this person didn't even feel safe being themselves. Now they are safe and they're true to themselves, not having to mask anything. And these are just a few aspects of life that has improved for this person. That's one person working with obviously several people at the moment, where these sort of changes, they are life enhancing changes. And once you know this information about yourself, you can't not know it. And then you can apply it to every situation in life. But importantly, you're starting to listen to your messages because 80% of our messages come from the body to the brain. And this is why the somatic work is so, so important to start listening, to start understanding and really interpreting what is right for you. So I thought I'd share that today. I get really excited about this work all the time because it is life changing. and people find incredible shifts. Just for example, this person, when I asked when did you last feel this sort of calm in your life, they don't know when or if they've ever felt this sort of calm and clarity in their life. They've just never done it because growing up it was hectic. It was always full on. There was always something going on. And this person's coming from a really great place. They're coming always wanting the best for others and for other people. They're being very accountable for themselves, but they were just constantly overgiving. So they've never known this feeling. This is new. They didn't know calm, clarity, living without guilt. So it's all completely new. It's exciting. They've got so much to look forward to. And before, sort of the Christmas, well, even getting to Christmas was going to be a stress before. And now they can look forward to Christmas. They can plan on their terms and they're starting to enjoy life and just calm, you know? Let's invite in what I would like in and not what everybody else is expecting. So it's just a little flavour of some things that are possible. There's far more available to ourselves than what we realise. And we've all been given this narrative for years, haven't we, that, you know, you can't change and this is the way you are. It's the way that my family's always been, but it is not. It is not. And where I see changes all the day, all the time, where people thought this sort of change for themselves was not possible. So it's like healthy boundaries, even regardless of your family dynamics, regardless of your history, regardless of epigenetics, regardless of your genes. What you want is available to you. It really is. So let's help each other embrace all this that is possible and live the best life you can possibly dream of.